The new year has not yet finished deploying. If your year is not new, simply close your eyes. Well, well, well. Look at you on your computer. Well, why aren't you in bed yet? Huh? Why are you not in bed yet? By the way, I can't see a lot of the stream chat at once, so I might miss some stuff. I just realized I only have one copy open. Hang on a second, I can solve this problem, and then I won't have this problem anymore. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Now I can see everything. Oh, you're on your phone. Okay, well, you got me. Oh, but hey, by the way, hello. Transformers TCG Org and Robot Lorekeeper and Dynamo Dave 2002 and V Rider CH and Lee Calba and Sideswipe Prime and Eve Tronia and Elson Quizmorio and Scorp and Paper Jody and Logos. I did it. Hello, welcome. Happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast right now. How loud am I? Turn this down 3 decibels. Anyway, I'm on the... Oh, that's still red. 6 decibels. 5. We're gonna go 5 decibels. If I'm too quiet, let me know. Anyway, I'm on the West Coast still, visiting my mom, and I decided I want to do a little thing. Chris Carnage, hello! Yeah, so, a perfect way to just cap off, the year. I, was taking a shower, and then I finished my shower, and then, because stuff can just happen, especially with funny suction cup bath mats, Just slipped. I wasn't getting out of the shower, thankfully, but I was in the shower. No water running, also, thankfully, but slipped. Thankfully, ever since, I think sometime in high school, I took a bad ice spill while crossing the street. So I just have like a very developed reflex when I slip and fall, which is to tuck and turn. Um, Anyway, when that happened, I was like, boom, big bang. Grabbed the shower curtain on the way. So the fall felt like it took 2 years because I like connected with everything I could on the way down and tucked my head and everything and turned, landed on my thigh and my shoulder meat. And so I was like, I got up and then I kind of was like, okay, let's assess everything. My foot kind of hurts. Is my toe broken? No. Do I have broken ribs because my torso feels tight? No. Is there any blood where my head didn't hit anything? No, I'm just kind of rattled. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm all right. So I start drying myself off, right? And then I step onto a bath mat and I'm drying myself off. Then I look down at the same foot that I had been looking at to check if I had broken a toe or something. And now there were these three sides of a rectangle, just seeping red lines, where it turns out my foot kicked right into the metal faucet for the bath part of the bathtub. So it wasn't like a horrible, horrible wound because it took that long for like blood flow to hit the surface. But because, my leg and my foot was all wet, once it hit the surface, oh, it started going. So I was like, okay, so we got to go pragmatic here. So I grabbed a Kleenex, dabbed off the moisture and blood, all bright red, so nothing like dark red, nothing really spooky. And I was like, now I need to finish drying and not bother my injured foot, and then find the band-aids and the tiger balm. And because basically, because I'm pre-diabetes slash diabetes susceptible, my main worry was I have an injury on my foot. That's bad when you have blood sugar things. So I got to be careful. Um, oh, face forward. Hello, Mars Girl. What's up? And so I thankfully was able to get four Tiger Balm loaded band-aids on. And I felt like, am I like sealing my foot back together? But no, I wasn't. Because after I dabbed all the wet blood off, even though blood resurfaced a bit in the intervening like 5 minutes, right? When I dabbed it again, it was much less on the surface. So I think there's just some bad bruising and sort of surface level cuts from the metal thing. I think it's more that it just hit really hard. Uh, and then then I was like, this is no good having four kind of random band-aids to go about my day. So then I collected myself, dried my hair, and I was like, now how do I tell my mom what just happened without freaking her out? Because I think she still has gauze and tape from when she needed that for her little faucet they had her hooked up with when she was having the super chemo going on. So we solved all that, and ever since then, the only other thing that's happened, my body feels like I got hit by a car, because I still fell down, right, and landed with full gravity, and I've been trying to monitor my head, right, so I'm not dizzy at all, but I'm definitely rattled from the impact. So the best way I can describe it is, when you bang your head, there's the surface level ow, and then there's the kind of inner like whoa. I have a little bit of the whoa, which kind of resembles what you get when you have a head cold as well. So I'm not dizzy. I don't think I'm concussed. Also, because my head didn't hit anything, I'm really sure, but I do feel kind of funny. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to stream. I had like a plan, but that's part of the reason I wanted to stream was to also like stop sitting there thinking about my rattled head. Yeah, Chris, full shower bump. Afterwards, I was thinking like, because I was like, oh no, am I going to fall asleep and never wake up, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, no, I mean, friggin' pro wrestlers have like gone headfirst through tables and stuff, and it took like multiple of those to, to cause horribly and this only happened once, and I did a proper bump. I landed on all the meat, right? So I knew what I was doing, kind of. I don't know how I developed that reaction. So I'm gonna go check some of the chat I missed. Spider Chris Prelude. Oh, Marsgo, I didn't see your first post. Checking in from the LA. Yeah, hell yeah. Face, you did not miss Vangelus, I don't think, unless she popped in behind me. I didn't notice. Did she do that? That's crazy. She's in the other room just like watching TV and relaxing with a really nice blanket that we got gifted. I doubt you are concussed. Thank you. uh, yeah, she's doing all right. Still she is doing better is the main thing, but better does not mean feeling like she was at the start of the year. That's what she really wants for next year, is to feel, basically, in her words, normal again. And I'm very much hoping for that. By the way, plans for this stream. I'm not streaming through midnight Pacific time. I am going to be ending before midnight to go hang out with my mom and watch, like, Dick Clark, Ryan Seacrest ball drop or whatever. So I do apologize for that if you were, like, hoping for, like, a through midnight thing. But also, I know a bunch of you aren't even from this time zone. You already crossed over, so, like, you're just up too late. Vangelus Wrestling Good would be full on tackle other wrestlers into shadow. I would be. I want to do the Lucha Underground thing where I have gimmick cinder blocks and I just keep, like, visibly killing people. Dick Clark is dead. They still use his name. It's still called the Dick Clark Rockin' New Year's with Ryan Seacrest. So he is now a proper noun. But yeah, I see we got West Coasters here too. Up too late is my normal anyway. I hear that. LA reminds me, I forgot how much I said it in streams, but I am still planning to come to TFCon LA this year. So that hopefully will be some good fun times. It'll be messed up if I don't, because I know, like, at least 2 people have proxy bought me things now that it'd be kind of messed up if I just wasn't there. Efroni, I'm in the Midwest. I don't know what time the Pacific time zone is right now. We're at 10:25 p.m. So if you're on 11:25, then I will be here for your crossover. I'm just going to be picking on all the West Coasters, I guess. TFCon L, yay. Workshop it a bit. But the plan is to clip watch. Before we clip watch, though, because I didn't make the vlog I thought I might make. I might still make it tomorrow or the day after. Did y'all catch any of my 7 consecutive days of videos I did this month? Because I did that. It was kind of by accident, but just scrolling up to where December starts, like, earlier this month, popped out a review for Siege Ironhide, but then for 7 consecutive days, basically, Vox Shredding, Action Edition Megatron, review of Jada Toys Fei Long, Vox Shredding Blocky Shining 2, my presentation on why the Eglinton Crosstown construction has been going on for 14 years, Vox Shredding Blocky's Galaxy 05, the edited stream excerpt that is doing unbelievably well, probably because there's a word bubble that says P, the Hydropods Discovery Disaster, and then my most recent post, video review of G1 Quake with Tip Top and Heater. So hopefully y'all were able to check out at least some of that. Either way, please check out all of it. There is one more. Thank you, Robot Lorekeeper. The Quake video, I was still me trying to figure out how to review G1 toys in a way that feels satisfying to me, because obviously I can't just do lots of B-roll of poses, because G1 toys. Yeah, Lee, you got a close-up in the P video. I downloaded the MP4 out of YouTube, but I was bummed out that the text clarity was still kind of crummy, because whenever I was quoting someone out of the chat, I tried to catch their quote, but sometimes it wasn't there anymore. And I didn't want to spend too long editing on that thing. But yours was, like, front and center when you were like, put red stuff in it. And I was like, hell yeah, here we go. Credits. But yeah, I wanted to shout myself out because I'm allowed. It's my channel. But yeah, I'm not going to do daily videos probably ever as a full-on thing unless I spend like 3 months pre-making stream clips and recut shorts of existing videos, because, like, I don't know, it's stressful. Even if I can keep up, it's stressful thinking about, like, is one ready? Is one ready? But doing little runs of dailies feels actually possible, and I do want to next year definitely do more stream excerpts, because I'm trying to get better at editing them, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people who follow the channel still don't see the streams, and they're in a separate tab. They're in another shelf that some folks simply will never see. So stream excerpts is a great way not only to repurpose what we've already done, but I think it's a fun way to kind of turn moments into little stories that are maybe fun to rewatch. And I do really want to make short verticals out of my reviews more often next year, so that I have stuff to exist in shorts and reels in. Those are little plans of mine. But yeah, YouTube is a jumble, and like trying to find, I can't just say go find the live VODs. Even if I chapter mark them, they're still so buried. Like I'm still wanting to chapter mark them whenever I can. Along with here, stream excerpts of all the Orson's World stuff on my, it's still on my mind. Thanks to Logos, I know where most of it is, because Logos is a superhero who has already time coded, chapter marked most of it for me in the comments, which I was then able to apply. Why is this in top chat? Oh wait, never mind. This is not the one you're all seeing. This is fine. This is fine. But this is in top chat. I'm going to switch this to live chat. Thank you. Adam Bilmu, short form vertical shorts are, yeah, I just gotta, I want to do new audio for the review ones, but because I have so much B-roll footage, I can just use B-roll. I have now twice for other people's collabs done like a 1-minute version of a review, basically, that could be in vertical. So it's something I want to get used to doing, just so I exist more. You know, it's one of my goals is to be perceived a whole lot. I know I'm weird like that. But something else I discovered was I found the tab where I can see not only the clips I've made of people's streams and YouTube videos on the platform, but more importantly, I found in that tab where I can see every clip you've all made. So not to scare anybody, but when you make, number one, I like it when you all make clips of my stuff, because it's fun. It feels like Twitch, but it's not. However, the other cool bit is that I can see all of it. So there are two things I'm going to say up front. Number one, I am not going to show that tab because it shows the usernames of everyone who made every clip that is in that grid. I have a feeling not everyone just wants their username shown, just as a rule, outside of the text chat. So I've already set it up, as you can see here. This is the first clip that was ever made of anything of mine, according to the clips page. And I am having it set up so that hopefully it is not showing the username. I will read you the caption that people wrote for the clips, but I'm not going to tell you the usernames. If you recognize your clip, feel free to yell that it's you. I'll see if it really was. It'll be really funny if it actually wasn't, because I think there's some doubled up stuff in here. But I thought, just as a fun activity, let's spend like hour 15 minutes watching all the clips and seeing what people clipped. I have not really watched a lot of these, and I thought it would be kind of a fun little activity to do, because there's 2 years of them in here, which is kind of wild. So this first one is called Micromasters Don't Have Rights, lol. The first thing clipped from any of my stuff ever, clipped, it says 2 years ago. That could mean 2.9 years, to be honest. But let's see what they clipped. And I'm also going to get OBS up so I can see that the audio is playing. Micromasters, sure, but those are like accessories with legs that want rights. Micromasters, sure, but those are like so that seems to be accessories with legs that want rights. Micromasters, I don't remember saying this. Like, nor do I remember accessories with legs that want rights. Micromasters, I think this was live audio. Accessories with legs that want rights. I think that was live audio. I don't remember doing the trailer and the articulation segment, or like trying to ram Wheeljack in there that long, but that's a fun memory. Anyway, did that, okay, here's my next part. I'm only gonna do this the first time, I promise. Did that work? Because I can see OBS over here, but I'm only seeing meters. Was that audible? Was it too loud or was it too quiet? Let me know. This is also why I think the stream's not gonna have to take like super long. It's probably when you were slagging off the trailer. Yeah, I have done that. Sounds good to me. It's excellent. Okay. Let's see what the next clip is. So that one, as I said, that was Micromasters Don't Have Rights, lol. Yeah, accessories. Yeah, I'm kind of mean to Siege Micromasters, and I'm kind of mean to Earthrise Optimus Prime's trailer. So they kind of just conflated there, I think. How hard it seen it. All right, so the next 4 of these, I will say, were all clipped by the same person, and they're clipped from the BotCon 2008 script reading. So this is going to be real classic. The first one here is called How Can We Stop Him? And that is loaded in. How can we stop him?
How can we stop him? Typically, in cases of a cosmic-powered supervillain, the Prime engages the villain in a one-on-one duel, usually involving grievous bodily injury and powerful stock footage attacks. And a lot of drawn-out monosyllabic yelling.
What do the rest of us do?
The secondary heroes stand around and watch, calling on their burning spirit and heart of justice to empower the main hero from afar.
No, we won't be doing that. How can we stop him?
That's not a bad clip. That's not a bad clip. That was a fun bit. That whole thing was so funny and so fun. What a strange story. The existence of the recording of the BotCon 2008 script reading. It was very like, especially in 2008, little 24-year-old me going like, I get to be a voice actor. As you can, that's what I sounded like back then, as you can clearly hear. Yeah, then like, I think, what was it? My mom or a friend? I think this was a friend. I think this might have been Gerodimus held the camera for me. I can't. This was on my old 2008 camera. So this was, 4:3 ratio. This went to tape. To D8 high 8 or whatever it was, whatever the better one is. The better one. And then afterwards I was like, I wonder if I'm allowed to post this. And then that was how I first had contact with Pete Sinclair, and he was very nice. And that, eventually stopped being the way that he seemed to be to deal with. But yeah, this is before High Price of the Final Death. Like, this is summer 2008. I'd been doing YouTube stuff, actively posting YouTube stuff for like May, June, for like 3 months. So there will be 3 more of these clips. The next one is called Morally Ambiguous, and it's a minute long. Wonder why.
Later, in the laboratory of the morally ambiguous trans-tech shockwave.
Morally ambiguous? He's got us chained to tables and is getting ready to take us
Oh, it
apart
was a
like
whole
a bad
bit.
science fair project.
Begin proactive maintenance log. Subject A, adolescent human female, has regained consciousness and has demonstrated both an awareness of the narrator and an utter disregard for the fourth wall.
Proactive maintenance? That's the kind of thing my dad says just before the toaster gets free will and a flamethrower. What are you gonna do to us?
I shall determine how much of a threat you are to our world and deal with you accordingly. Then I'll probably make a report, have afternoon tea, listen to Starscream whine.
Starscream? Afternoon tea?
Oh, you are evil. No, I'm morally ambiguous. Ask the narrator.
Oh yes, it's true. Later.
I like that last bit's all I remember about Morally Ambiguous. That's my favorite bit. You can't see it, but I was even trying to pull like a little face like, no, I'm morally ambiguous. Ask the narrator. So Marshall saying this reminds you of your old mini DV recordings. Yeah. 08 was the era, right? When a lot of folks like could easily start getting at mini DV, and then you were kind of like, everyone would kind of look longingly at everyone who could record in like friggin' 1080. Like, oh man, wouldn't that be cool to record in 1080? Oh well, guess it's time to offload my footage into my hard drive at real time. Not so, Alex, Happy New Year. It's not New Year over here on the West Coast where I currently am right now, visiting Mom. But, by the way, this is my mom's office, if you're curious about the surroundings. I'm not going to show you the posters. Those are my mom's posters, not my posters. Pulling any face at all is above and beyond for playing Shockwave. Yeah, I was a tryhard. When I was in my 20s, I was a real, like, funny little tryhard. AI upscale. Can you imagine an AI upscale of what you are looking at right now? We all just turn into weird pixel blob monsters. Yeah. Uploading off mini DV via Firewire in real time was the way. 1 whole year of that from me. It was classic. But yeah, if you want to know who all was in the voice cast here, on the very left was, on the very, very left, who is that? I don't know who that is, because with the hat, that's the other fan voice actor. That's Fairlady Z. Then that's Bumper Robinson, and then David Kay, and then Tara Strong, and then Marty Eisenberg. And is that it's not Derek Wyatt on the very left, is it? 'Cause I don't think he was sitting up there for this thing. I don't remember who that was on the very left. Anyway, that's who the cast was. And there's me all in black on the very end because I was a really cool guy. Anyway, next clip is called Fighting. It's 15 seconds long. Yeah, the hat was Fairly Z. That was... Oh, wait, was... Sorry, I'm like, my brain's filling in the details on the mystery person on the very left. That's not Wally Burr, is it? Wally Burr was in on a lot of BotCon script readings. Yeah, Big Hat was the other fan. That was Fairly Z, friend of the channel. This is, yeah, Adam Bilmu. This is long before we started receiving enough material to give Tara Strong the side eye. But yeah, I got to do a thing with Tara and David. I actually got to do something even cooler with David thanks to TFCon. I got to play animated Megatron alongside David doing animated Optimus, and that was like extremely high tier. It was that followed by getting to voice Psykill alongside the actual voice of Crasher. And that basically was like, I have run out of milestones. I've done everything I could ever want to do with these fan voice reading things. It was super cool. Anyway, what's this clip? Fighting.
I'm gonna have a dino skin rug in my room. Eat lightning, chump.
This is for not reading the sign.
Everyone, attack!
Fighting more than kick.
Go, ninja, go.
Kick.
Script reading fight scenes are always fun. But yeah, I forgot what... I think they're all on YouTube somewhere. But it was some TFCon... I got to do animated Megatron, and I got the part by doing X-Men 97 Apocalypse lines as the audition bit. And then the Psykill thing, I also just really went hard, because I was like, I don't think anyone here appreciates Erhard Bernhardt as much as I do. So, I want this. Anyway, last clip from Be in the City is titled Dot. It's just a period.
So, what does your butt do?
Truly amazing things, I can tell you.
So, what does your butt do?
Marty with the...
Truly amazing things, I can tell you.
That was Marty Eisenberg voicing Isaac Sumdac as a fill-in.
Truly amazing things, I can tell you.
I don't remember the context of that. It's available. You can go find it. But, yeah. Marty was a great Isaac Sumdac. He was very good at the role on a live script read. Jody, I forgot this was a stream for a second. Just been playing Minecraft while listening. That's fine. That's fine. We're Minecraft friendly around here. Oh yeah, the butt was the train system. The Sumdac Systems Bidirectional Unified Transmit Terminal. Thank you, Robot Lorekeeper and V-Rider. Tara just got weird on... I'm gonna tell you all a line you've never heard before. Tara Strong, or in brackets, person of note, posted weird stuff on Twitter. So we all must go. And then, continue on with our lives. The next clip is called The Smell.
A man who just simultaneously smelled a rank fart and identified who brought it into the room. A man who just simultaneously smelled a rank fart and identified who brought it into the room.
I forgot how good the head sculpt is on Combiner Wars Motormaster. I love his face. he's so upset all the time. There's a bunch of Combiner Wars stuff here for the next couple, it looks like. AoE Galvatron's face. Okay, some of these... I think 2 of these are just a clip of a combination sequence. So, for the sake of it being interesting, because that's stuff I've had as an autoplay on my channel for years, I'll narrate a bit of the making of, because these are also a minute long. There's one, it says Defensor combination, so I'm pretty sure this is just the Defensor sequence I shot, like, many years ago.
This situation's gotten out of control. It's time to contain it once and for all.
Contain the situation is a BotCon or a TFCon in-joke with Gary Chalk.
Scramble protocol! Alright.
This is where I was really struggling to make voices for half of the combiner characters, so a lot of them just go, ugh! I really like the way that it looks when he's got the two, like, on his shoulders, but his normal arms are down as well. I don't know how to voice direct people for the noises I'm making in this. I was lamenting about this to two really decent voice actors at a TFCon once. I was like, I don't know how you tell people to go "Tuh!" without, like, line reading them. Little groove here is saying wake up because I was running with the Ruination Awakens thematic thing for all of their yammering. I have a scramble for everyone. I want a Defensor to be a little robotic. I wonder if I can show some of the jump cuts in here. But yeah, everyone has every Combiner Wars team has a different scramble in my head. I still have a bunch I want to make sometime. Like what is it? What was it called? Megatronia is Scramble Utopia. That's one I really want to do. I have a Megatronia versus Orthia like sequence and fight scene in my head I want to make sometime. Stunticons were what was Scramble Ignition with Stunticons because Force Chip Ignition rules.
For all. Protect.
I want to get to some. I'm gonna mute this for a sec. I'm gonna get distracted hearing myself, but I want to see if I can show some of the. Okay, that's a crossfade. That's before I was doing that just on a hard cut. But here we go. So this is a shot where I have him pose like he's about to jump, and I swoop the camera up, and then I crossfade it with very few frames into a shot of me spinning him while moving the camera. So I'm literally just, you can see there, he kind of falters a bit. I was just like lifting him and spinning him around a bit. Into move the camera in. He's already combined. You don't actually see the peg go in. I go and then vibrate the camera with my hands, and put a glow filter on so it looks like energy happened. So the glow is off now, and then it'll happen again over here. So a little close up for the line. You can see a little jitter here. So I moved the camera in, and the toy is standing on my desk. And then, you see that little jitter there? That's my hand grabbing his legs. And then lifting him up as I pull the camera up. And then I crossfade to him spinning while I'm waving the camera and the toy around. And then that same crossfade into the swing the camera vibrated a bunch. So that's one of my that's why I like Combiner Wars so much, because that trick works for so many of them and it looks cool in my opinion. This is a part where this is some stuff I wish I had done better. So my hand is just moving the ladder down and I'm doing a fake zoom in digitally. So you don't see my hand. And then I cut to a different angle of it. This is just called cutting on action. This is the 80-20 rule. So you see 80% of the action on one side and then 20 on the other. It can also be the 20-80 rule. That's just my hand moving the ladder down and then me picking the toy up while holding my finger down on the black bit, I believe. This jump kind of works. I liked him jumping up between the two. But then this part here, this shot's a little too awkward. I wish I'd done more digital moves on the camera here. And then these two, that's my hands just moving the toys around. But anyway, people are always like, what editing software did you use to do these combinations? Even to this day now and then, I think. And so I like to explain, like, I didn't really use any special software. A lot of it's just, like, filming techniques and being lucky. Or making stuff work if it doesn't work. Here, I don't know if you can even notice this. Streetwise, watch, he spins, and then he transforms. So now the leg is spinning. So he transformed between those two frames. And Rook's about to do the same thing. He spins, and now he's the leg. That cut wasn't very good. That cut could have been better. But yeah, whenever the toys are moving, it's because my hand is moving them around. I could do this better nowadays, I think. This bit, too, was supposed to... It's not really clear, but the idea is that he's jumped up with his ladder planted on the ground, And now with the ladder connection as a fulcrum, Hotspot is spinning around to get into defensor position and then flipping back down. Because, you know, he does the toy, like, has the ladder flip around. I was trying to have him do an acrobatic move around the actual toy motion. Because now you can see the ladder's, like, planted in the floor. And then, this is how I like to have the hands come out, is just... He's got stumps right now, and then I zoom in and do a camera whip, and then cut to another shot of me whipping the camera over, and then doing the whip and vibrate the camera when I land on the hand. As I said, just with my hands. And then I put in sound effects, so there's like a to kind of make it look like it's a mechanical motion. And this is literally me just like playing with the toy with my hands off screen. I just thought it looked kind of cool because it looks like it's mechanical motions, but I'm like, my fingers are just off screen. Sometimes it just works well. And again, you put a little glow pop in there. You put a little gadoosh out of the Sunrise audio library in there, and then it seems like it's intentional and like it's crafted. I'm just filming myself playing with it. This is for instance, this shot is actually a lot wider, but I just cropped it and moved it in. My finger is just closing the lid on the head, as one would. And then I somehow got away with moving his head around. And that's again the 80-20 rule, cutting to a different shot, you know, so that the motion carries across. And then this bit with Groove was maybe a little bit overrun, but I don't care. It's funny. I like Little Groove going like, time to wake up. I have a whole script done, like when Deluxe Groove came out, and it's so overly wordy because I basically am implying that Little Groove is using the GT system from Binaltech to operate both his little body and his bigger body, and the idea being like he submerges back into the Deluxe Groove body to like fill it with like double groove, so that it's able to do the combination itself. But it was so wordy that I felt embarrassed recording the lines, and I never did because I was a wuss. And also all the combiners, I always do this where they put the Brave thing. They all pull the arms up and then pull them back down, and I tried to imply that with a camera pull here. You can see the crossfade to that bit. Apparently I'm watching the full video now. Whoops. Anyway, I'm not going to go on and on like that for every single clip, but that felt pertinent. The next clip says Motor Sama. Also, not to have abandoned the chat entirely. Sorry about that. I was getting a little carried away. Birth of the Amazing Double Groove. Thank you, Wavesign. That is the episode where it happened.
And if all those risks and responsibilities are clear, then we can welcome you to the Stunticons. Clear as crystal.
I made captions for this.
Motor-sama. Actually, it's the Motor Master. You and the other senpai Tachi will notice me on the battlefield, Sensei. This I vow. Kanarazu. What? Just leave it to this off-road Chan, my lovely stunty senpai Tachi.
Kanarazu.
What? And if all those risks and responsibilities are clear, then we can welcome you to the Stunticons.
The papyrus was on purpose.
As crystal, Motor-sama.
I was there the day TV Nihon launched. I'm allowed to do this.
You and the other senpai Tachi will notice me on the battlefield, Sensei. This I vow. Kanarazu. What? Just leave it to this off-road Chan, my lovely stunty senpai Tachi. What?
There are a lot of people who can't understand, by the way, anything that Motor Master is saying because of the drawl and the effects I put on him. I'd swear in the full video I put in closed captions specifically because of that. I'm just gonna check. Auto-generated? Are you kidding me? Damn it, it must just be in the combination sequence. We'll check, because I think that might be one of the... What's the next clip? Oh, the next clip is a Superion combination. Man, the Superion combination is so friggin' sloppy now, in my opinion. My apologies. I don't mean to, like, down-talk my own work, but... this is the first one I did, and it's so sloppy now to me. I'll play it.
Aerial bots, scramble formation!
Like, that voice isn't even anything. There's not, like, a lot of this is like a static camera shot, but you can see the background, so it's ruining the effect a bit. That could have been better. You just see me like, this part I like the slingshot bit. That worked. Fireflights was terrible, though. That bit worked. I know what I was trying to do here, but I don't think that worked.
Cognizant integration complete.
I like the little...
Superion!
I think I put in more
Aerial
work to
bot?
make Superion cool than anything the Transformers has ever done. I'm just gonna say that with zero hubris. Yeah, I think hang on, I can't see my shot. Where's my shot? I gotta go back into my own neck a bit more. I think I did more than any other entity in the official process to legitimize and make Superion cool. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Lee, a lot of people don't like the aerial bots for various reasons. I like them because of everything I invented for them. So in a way, I just turned them into my own OCs. But isn't that really what happens whenever we like a Transformers character? Where's Power Glide? He's it's over there. This is also just the combination. The actual, because I was like, man, I did stuff with Alpha Bravo though. In canon, what this scene was Alpha Bravo watching the first successful attempt at using the scramble formation to form Superion, and then Alpha Bravo is like, damn, that's amazing, and was all like starstruck watching all of his, family / boyfriends or whatever, like achieving their dreams, and Alpha Bravo's like, well, I'm never gonna do that, but I'm so happy for them. That bit gets left out in a lot because of this supercut I did. Nobody sees the context of the plot, because then Alpha Bravo's like, that's amazing, and then after they decombine, then Slingshot's like, don't worry, AB, we're gonna be together forever, and grabs his shoulder. Then Alpha Bravo wakes up, and it's Firefly holding his shoulder, going like, you alright, man? And Alpha Bravo's like, I'm fine. So there was gravitas that's missing from the context. Anyway, next clip. It says, are you a prejudice? Are you prejudicing?
This looks pretty silly, pretty amazing, and pretty much up my alley. Why wouldn't a giant murderous combiner with a sword the size of a building do some sniping with a creepy mute target master buddy? Do you have a problem with this? Are you a prejudice? Are you prejudicing? This looks pretty silly, pretty amazing, and pretty much up my alley.
Interacts
Why
at all.
wouldn't a giant murderous combiner with a sword the size of a building do some sniping with a creepy mute target master buddy? Do you have
Seth looks. What's up, Seth? I said, oh, Vang is live, and the first thing I see is you leaning back in silence, and then saying, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about the context. Porcelain, what's up? Yo. The Earth Wars mobile game addresses Slingshot being replaced by Alpha Bravo as Slingshot being, too irresponsible. I prefer my version where Slingshot and Alpha Bravo are in love, and then Slingshot valiantly sacrificed himself to try to prevent the creation of Devastator, and Alpha Bravo watched helplessly as he heard Slingshot die in a massive explosion, and then was irrevocably broken for many years since. But I'm biased because it's my OC and it's my fan fiction. Speaking of, the next clip is called Alpha Badass. It's probably the intro to the Alpha Bravo video.
This was supposed to be an easy hit. You were supposed to be slingshot.
They brought a slingshot
I
to
spent
the war.
I spent a while finding that gun
He
noise.
died.
It's from Counter-Strike, I think.
Let me go. Not like this.
Say my name.
Alpha Bravo!
You're goddamn right.
That background music, by the way, is from a trailer that is still on my channel called Milk Daddy War Stories, I think. It was written as a trailer, and for a while people said, "Hey, when are you going to finish making it?" And I kept saying we did. It's on my channel somewhere if you want to watch it. That music I made originally myself. You only hear the full track in the Milk Daddy trailer, and there's a part where in the background you hear me say, "War, war, I can save America, war," and like that's the lyrics of the song. True story. Thank you, Porcelain. Next clip is from a stream, I think. It says, "What was that about? You can't do that on YouTube." So I think this is when some of you went like, when I was saying you can't do clips on YouTube, and then you all started doing clips on YouTube. So let's see what this is.
I'm a big thirsty boy. Clip it. You can't do clips on YouTube. I win. Intellectual checkmate. I'm a big thirsty boy. Clip it. You can't do clips on YouTube. I win. Intellectual checkmate. I'm a big thirsty boy.
You are. Okay, so maybe you won that round of streamer chess many years ago. And it turns out you could clip things on YouTube. Okay! April, hello! Happy New Year! What's the next? The next clip is called, quote unquote, "You can't do clips on YouTube." It is nearly the same length.
I'm a big thirsty boy. Clip it. You can't do clips on YouTube. I win. Intellectual checkmate. I'm a big thirsty boy.
This is a different clip.
Clip it. You can't do clips on YouTube. I win. Intellectual checkmate.
What year
I'm a
was
big
this?
thirsty boy. Clip it.
This says this was 2 years ago. Sorry, I scrolled down. My apologies. Anyway. That was when people told me you can do clips on YouTube, and I was like, well, if I can't see them, then of what use are they to me? And then it was 2 years later when I was trying to clip live from youtube.com/@Diaclona dying in Mega Man 2. And I was like, damn, how do I rewatch this clip over and over again? Because it's so funny. And that's when I went on Google, 2024 Google at that, and I used my skills, and I finally found out where this little tab is. So that's my story. The next clip is called "Chill to Mad in like 5 seconds."
We could just, like, jam up.
Sorry, not Mega Man 2, Mega Man 1. I'm just so used to saying Mega Man 2. It was Mega Man 1. It was the clip, it was you know in the ice world, the little platform creatures that she was very successful at jumping onto and getting across in one try? Is a clip. I'll show you that clip later. I'll show you that next, actually. I'll slip it in. Anyway, chill to mad in like 5 seconds.
Up here for now, we could ram it in there. I don't know, just pile it back there. I'm sure that could be sorted out, but let's see if we can actually get these legs to unlock without something bad happening. Let's get the feet down. Well, alright, so I've already ripped apart the side of the truck mode, so we'll get that back together. Oh no, that part's coming apart now. Come on! Nope! Don't! Or maybe I'll open the front first, so there's no interlocking tension up there.
What is this?
Ignore the fact that his head just fell off. Ignore the way the whole... This thing sucks! This is terrible! Alright, one of his arms, both his...
Oh yeah.
Okay. We could just, like, jam up here for now.
This is one of those Creo, you know, the
it in there, I'll
Creo
just pile it back there.
Transformers they tried to make with the
I'm sure
minifigure.
that can be sorted out, but let's
kind
see
of
if we can actually
vibe.
get these legs to unlock without
This is one of
something bad
those.
happening. Let's get the feet down. Well, alright, so I've already ripped apart the side of the truck mode, so we'll get that back together. Oh, no, that part's coming up.
Robot Lord Keeper, I used to stick the Creo V-builds on when I was trying to go to sleep. The tactile aspects are very relaxing. Excellent. Someday I'm going to bring all that stuff back
tension up
to
there.
life. I have
Ignore
to get
the
my
fact
own
that
life
his head
together.
just fell off.
Then I'll be organized.
Ignore the way
This is
the
me
whole...
trying to do that. This is what usually
This
happens.
thing sucks. This is terrible. All right, one of his arms, both his. Okay.
So there's the state of my life now that I tried to get it back into order. That where how can I do this? That clip I made, which is also a very good clip. Here we go. The platform creature was an atheist. Excellent clip.
Full commit, God will protect you. If you full commit, God will... Nope. That's okay. That's okay. If you full commit, God will protect you. If you full commit, God will protect you. If you full commit, God will protect you. If you full commit, God will... What was that? Full commit, God will protect you.
Some good gameplay. Back to the menu. Next clip, Vangelus says the gamer word.
Every word I say is a gamer word. When you're a superpower gamer.
Don't go any farther than that, though. Holy... You can't go farther than that. That's as far as you can go with the gamer word joke.
Every word I say is a gamer word.
That voice I'm doing is like my radio DJ
Don't go
voice.
any farther than that, though. Holy...
Specifically when I'm trying to be like a scum radio DJ. It's based on the Wolfman from the House of Frightenstein. Chris Muse, hello! That's right, we're doing gamer content now. Next one here says, let them come.
Let them come.
That's finished
Let
now.
them come.
Well, it's not finished now.
Let them come.
Okay, he still is looping a little
Let
bit.
them come.
All right, he's continuing on. I hit the loop 1 track. That's
Let
what I
them
did.
come.
There we go. Anyway, we're gonna pop this.
Let them come.
It's still
That's
funny to
finished
me.
now.
Let them come.
Well,
It's
not
still
finished
funny
now.
to me.
Let them come.
Okay, he still is.
Oh yeah,
looping a
Wolfman
little
Jack, I
bit. All right,
think.
he's continuing on. I hit the.
Let them come.
I
He's
hit
the
the loop
Wolfman
1 track. That's what I
DJ.
did.
They
There we
gave him
go.
a really good, like, really kind of one of
Anyway, we're
these
gonna pop
voices.
this.
And I like that. I like that voice.
Come.
That's finished
Let
now.
them come.
Well, it's not finished now.
Let
He's
them come.
okay. He still is looping a little
Let
bit.
them come.
All right, he's continuing on. I hit the.
Let them come.
I hit.
Next clip is Internet Puppeteer Vangelus. Is this like the first time I did the puppet?
That's right. Do your best. And also, stay nourished. Like me.
This is one of yours.
Always stay nourished.
So the reason I stopped doing that bit is because trying to manipulate that many little objects in OBS was always so absolutely difficult for almost no payoff. I got too annoyed and then stopped doing that bit. It was very difficult. The idea was supposed to be that he's eating little copies of himself to stay nourished, much like the Battletoads eat little flies. And as we all know, the Battletoads are actually like giant flies that grew enough layers of muscle mass to resemble toads. Next clip is aerial bots scramble formation. So someone else clipped, I think, the same thing. Robot Lurker, almost no payoff my ass. My therapist still hearing about this to this day. Look, you just gotta try eating a little copy of yourself. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is that the same person did the same clip with different capitalizations of the same title, and I think this is just this over and over again. So I'm gonna skip these ones since we already looked at this and I already kind of yammered a bit. So my apologies. The next clip is I'm not gonna be suckered in all caps.
I'm not gonna be suckered in by your products, Good Smile. I'm gonna blow all my money on lottery tickets and Ritz crackers. Took me a second.
It's hard to know what you're gonna spend money on, all right? Like, and I'm doing it live. You gotta respect me and my sacrifice, you know? The next clip is aerial bots scramble formation, except that the first word is not all capitalized by the same person who did it all capitalized before, and I hope they're enjoying that clip. They now have it twice. I'm going to skip that one because we already looked at it, technically. The next one is an interesting title. It says, The Clone's Monologue.
Sure why I began to feel this craving, this need, this desire. Murder. Killing. That's not enough. I have to peel, slit, rend, desecrate. The bodies I leave in my wake won't bear a single bullet hole or a scar across a lifeless face. They will no longer be bodies. They will be components, pieces, canvas. The pleasure felt guilty at first. But as I held my longtime rivals' hot, wet innards in my hands, squeezing them between my fingers, I realized it wasn't guilt. It was hesitation. And his body was not enough. I need more. And I will not be done until I sit atop a throne made of the flesh and bone of all life itself. Sure why I began to...
I don't understand why this is called The Clone's Monologue, unless this is something someone used for their own headcanon, in which case that's incredibly flattering. Chris Muse, what we're doing is I found the bit in YouTube where I can see the clips other people make from my videos and streams. So we're just as a little fun New Year's activity going through them all. Efrona, your Optimus voice sounds like that one IDW fan dub. I feel like I could do this voice better now. Because I was like somewhere between like having just watched 2 seasons of Dexter, I think at that point, and Optimus Prime, and I was trying to like mix them together, and I couldn't do either voice, so it came out kind of weird. I do like the part there where he talks about wanting to just desecrate specifically. I think that's really screwed up in a fun way. It'd be fun to re-record that monologue sometime. This next one says blasting off.
Anticipated. And the same goes for blast off. Like, no, really, despite separating into 6 pieces, it's not too difficult and doesn't feel like it stresses the 2012 Deluxe's plastic to any point of risk. Meanwhile, Blastoff's new gun kind of just turns into an arm, which you then dress up with pieces of Blastoff's body. That's morbid, man. Anticipated. And the same
I don't see the appeal to making a clip of this, but I respect it.
Goes for blast off. Like, no, really, despite separating into 6 pieces, it's not too difficult and doesn't feel like it stresses the 2012 Deluxe's plastic to any point of risk.
Oh, hang on.
Meanwhile,
Robot Lorekeeper, I've seen Fanon desperately trying to explain why Movie Optimus is a maniac, saying he's a clone or a fake somehow. I guess, maybe. That clip, by the way, was made a year ago, so that's someone who's still hot on that train, if so. Next clip says badass. Yeah, I mean, I do really like this clip still. I don't know why the clip stops before they start doing the thing. But yeah, I still really like that sequence. I think that sequence is more exciting than the Devastator one. It still has two spots I think I should have filmed differently, but I like that intro a lot. Next clip, the best Iron Man Mark 43 toy review ever.
Once you rip Tony's butt plate off, you just jam the arm into his anal socket and take to the skies. It doesn't feel like a rock-tight fit when you stick it in, but I've yet to have Iron Man come loose unintentionally, so his internal buttock clench appears to be absolutely sufficient. Once you rip Tony's butt plate off, you just jam the arm into his anal socket and take to the skies. It doesn't feel like a rock-tight fit when you stick it in, but I've yet to have Iron Man come loose unintentionally, so his internal buttock clench appears to be absolutely sufficient.
Yeah, that's fair. The clip is called Best Iron Man Mark 43 Toy Review Ever. Don't recognize the clipper, but I appreciate that. This next one is called This Head Transformation is Annoyingly Good.
By doing torso tricks that make me think of Studio Half-Eye's mind-blowing Godaner. One chest opens to reveal another chest which opens to make way for a head swap block, and then the chests switch places as well, but in such a simple yet interweaving manner that it makes my brain erupt in thick globules of tactile serotonin each and every time.
So that's interesting, because the next clip by a different person is called Never Talk About Serotonin Like That Again.
One chest opens to reveal another chest which opens to make way for a head swap block, and then the chests switch places as well, but in such a simple yet interweaving manner that it makes my brain erupt in thick globules of tactile serotonin each and every time. Simple, effective, and fresh. One chest opens to...
That person left in simple, effective, and fresh on the end. Who's Serotonin? You'll meet her at TFCon LA. It's okay. The next clip is It Takes Two to What?
It takes two to come.
Well, it does.
It takes two to come.
No argument.
It takes two to come.
Never change the way you talk. Listen. Let me say serotonin? It's serotonin. I'm saying serotonin. 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 I don't know what y'all want from me. Stop sponging off my good vocabulary. I still have one or two more installments of this little saga that I want to make. I just need to not get carried away with the Studio Series Scourge part. Because I have a headcanon for Studio Series Scourge since the movie kind of let me down. But I also want him to kind of be like a colossal masochist pervert. And I'm trying to figure out how to balance that. With, the two Optimuses constantly talking about cum all the time. The next clip is called Vangelus Drinks Cola. You're being sincere.
Ah!
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 I don't know what I drank there. It was probably one of those... Yeah, it was one of those, variant Coke Zeros. This is another one of yours. As is Vangelus's mom drinks cola, the next clip.
Don't have that much. Don't have that much.
I don't think she liked it either. It was like Coke Zero spiced. No, not spiced. It was like Coke Zero Rockstar or one of those other ones where they bolt a name on and they add some kind of chewing gum flavor to perfectly good Coke Zero so it tastes rank and awful. The next clip is called Go Figure.
mentioned. And hey, there are only so many ways to have a biped stand or squat to become a different biped, right? Still waiting for that legacy Optimus Minor to do the cartwheel transformation in these the 2020s. The first mentioned, and hey, there are only so many ways to have a biped stand or squat to become a different biped, right? Still waiting for that legacy Optimus Minor to do the cartwheel transformation in these the 2020s.
I don't understand Go Figure and that clip, but that's part of why I wanted to go through these with y'all, because I figured we could have fun, but also we could like get a little look into the psyche of the random viewer who does that clip and calls it Go Figure, and then we're sitting here like, why? The next clip is called quote unquote Dark Energon.
Dark Energon! With this powerful unholy substance, the Decepticons shall rule Cybertron and its stores of Dark Energon forever! We must wield Dark Energon, my brethren, and infuse Dark Energon into our very beings. With Dark Energon, we will become living nightmares of holy shit, he's got an axe! Run! Here's Johnny! All work and no play makes Optimus Prime a dull Autobot. Dark Energon.
The bit at the end where he almost falls backwards, I kept in, 'cause I remember vaguely, because it looks so funny with the Tom and Jerry ass, Looney Tunes ass wander in he's doing, because I'm waving the toy around with my hand off screen. I remember I did this bit because everyone said that he keeps yelling Dark Energon in the game, and I didn't really feel like it stuck out as much as it seemed to everyone else, but I was like, maybe people will find it funny. I think it's also because this video was one of the ones that was like going up on that guy with the glasses.com. You can't go there anymore. That site doesn't exist. And so that I figured like, well, that crowd will get it, I guess, because I don't. Thank you, Robot Lorekeeper. I was going for the Tataskior kind of thing. Yeah, that was a joke for other people, less so for myself. The next clip is called Flame Blast. Oh, I sound like such a little tryhard in these, if this is what I think it is. Yeah, everyone loves... Not everyone. Lots of people tell me they still love the Fans Project Bruticus bits I did, and I feel like they're all made by such a weedy little 24-year-old little nerd.
Project Colossus. Deemed irrelevant. My identity. Deemed irrelevant. This body is inadequate. No matter how much I modify it, no matter how much of my old self I try to discard, I remember. I still feel the phantom limbs of the aggregate being I had become. They leave me to toil away on their war effort. A mad scientist kept under lock and key. I have nothing left to explore. My final mark on this cosmos will be to let it burn.
Yeah, the idea I had, because they didn't really write any, like, they had like a little like paragraph of fiction for Flame Blast. So I figured like, well, because in my head he's the leader of that combiner, right? He's like the inventor, because that was like their implied fiction. So Flame Blast would just be like, he stripped himself out of, I guess, whatever they are now. They stripped themselves out of their own body and built a new one, like Ship of Theseus themselves into another body, and now are all kind of kooky, because like, this is pre-Soma, but I would just say this is like maybe unintentional Soma analogs. Of like remembering being the shell sitting over in the corner and remembering being the big Bruticus combiner, but like you've Theseus'd your own body apart so much that feels like a different person, but it was still you, and so you're like, what if I set everything on fire? I was so cool. This is a clip from a panel. This is called No Plans for Bludgeon, Sketch Was Just for Fun. So I think this was someone just like taking notes for the wiki. Good old Derek with the mustache era.
Alright, two what if things. I remember seeing a sketch of like Bludgeon. Was he going to be in the show at some point? Or ideas? That was probably just more for fun. We had never talked about Legend.
All right. And I always thought it was cool when that Omega Supreme clone fell on, was defeated on Dinobot Island, couldn't get back up, and he was purple. I was sitting there going like, is he going to be Trypticon? Dinosaurs purple, big? Was he going to be there?
No, well, we didn't have any plans.
So yeah, that is clearly someone who's just taking notes. But I do have, like, I got a Derek panel or two up still. I got a whole bunch. I used to take a lot of Q&A panels in full. And I know that the footage for a lot of them, like, continuing on, little plug, Evan on the TFCon AV team, good old Evan-tainment, who runs the TFCon YouTube page, has all their panels on hard drives and simply doesn't know what ones people want to see, because uploading a panel is like a day's work, and he can't just do all of them because he also has a job. So y'all should hit up the TFCon YouTube page, and if y'all really want to see a panel that isn't available, en masse, go like, we all really want to see this panel if you can make the time for it. Ask nicely, obviously. And that would help give Evan, like, some direction as to, like, what anyone wants to see on there, because we have talked about it before at TFCons, of, like, he's just not sure what people want to see, and he can't just output all of it because he has to do his day job, basically. So let him know if there's panels you remember or have heard about from TFCon's past and you can't find them. Ask the TFCon YouTube page and just, you know, put out the word. I would love for you to put that one up. If he can't, he can't. But at least he'll get some input, right? Because yeah, Seth, people want to see all of them. That's the thing, is people want to see all of them, but when you post panels, people don't really watch them. I can speak from experience. So it's also there's not much motivation to post all the panels, because panels generally don't get looked at on YouTube anymore, which is, I find, very tragic. But I'll still post mine, at least. This next clip is called Gang Fight.
I was going to say gangbang fight, and I forgot that gangbang means something else. Gang fight. Don't clip that.
I should stop saying don't clip that.
And I forgot that gangbang means something else. Gang fight. Don't clip that. I was going to say gang.
Yeah, lots of people like panels. It's just like, as far as analytics are concerned, if you post a panel, you're like lucky if it gets 1,000 views, unless people already come to your channel en masse, basically. So unless the panel is just among the many things you already post that already get seen a lot, like, they get pile driven into the floor otherwise, as far as, like, surfacing. This next clip is called He Can Deal With It 1.
Ultra Magnus can deal with it. That he can deal with it! Ultra Magnus can deal with it. That
early days.
He can deal with it!
That could have been done better. This next clip is called He Can Deal With It Too, by the same person.
Looks incredibly badass, and well, he gets more badass, because if you think the hammer isn't enough, well, ladies and gentlemen, he can deal with it! Looks incredibly badass.
That little music sting, I think, might have been from that same Milk Daddy clip. No! We made that later. That was just like some random strings clip I had. Anyway, you see, look up there on the top left.
And,
that's little me, little 25, I think, year old me with a stupid little white shirt on. You can see me handling the camera in front of me. Anyway, this next clip is called This Annoying Thing.
The ground. It's a small annoyance, but it's worth mentioning on an otherwise fine bit of Figuarts posability. SH Figuarts' dangerous zombie includes no small Gashat accessories, but the half Gashat in his belt can be removed. It feels almost antagonistically the ground. It's a small
I
annoyance,
guess someone
but it's
had
worth mentioning
issues
on
with
an
that
otherwise
tiny piece
fine
that comes
bit of
off.
Fig Arts posability.
And this is how they were
SH
sharing
Fig
what
Arts
that annoying
Dangerous
thing
Zombie
was.
includes no small Gashat accessory.
This next clip is called When You Make Up a Bit and It Immediately Gets Out of Hand.
The shoulders are expectedly perfect in all sorts of ways, with a bicep swivel on the bottom of the shoulder that works perfectly, a 90-degree hinge elbow that works perfectly, a wrist swivel that works perfectly, a waist swivel that works perfectly. You get to the hip. The shoulders are expected.
I think this is me coming off of one of the many times I've seen a video on YouTube where someone refers to parts of a toy as perfect because it works. Sometimes that gets up my craw. I don't know why. PT, even if you're not home, welcome to the New Year's stream. Next clip is called Professor Vangelus Chews Me Out.
I wasn't asleep, I was sleeving cards. Comes into the lecture hall, friggin' puts the Digimon deck down and starts double sleeving it, going, "No, I'm listening." I wasn't asleep, I was sleeving cards.
I don't remember the context of this, but I like my reaction.
Friggin' puts the Digimon deck down and starts double sleeving it, going, "No, I'm listening."
So I don't know why I'm so quiet in that. It must have been a stream problem at the time. Had my mic down too low. This next clip is called The Best Bit. Eve Trony, I've kept Siege Shockwave in super mode for very long amounts of time. Oh, this is the best bit. Yeah. Next clip, playing with censored.
We got the red breast. I'm gonna avoid getting sidetracked playing
You
with
can type
breasts
the word
until we've
breasts.
got everything out, and then we're gonna get some real good, just like hard finger time in. Some
hard finger time.
We got the red breast.
This next clip is called Neck. I'm speeding up a little bit because I'm hitting 11:30 and I want to finish before midnight so I can go hang out with my mom.
With gripping his head, moving it around, he can get a real ovular kind of kind of motion going on in here. And then in the mid torso, there is also a ball socket connection, so he can tilt left and right. He can tilt forward with gripping his head, moving.
Some good ara. Seth, I've shown the Soggy Magic Cards video to every Magic Cards player I know. I shared it with the Instagram group chat for the Danu Pub Magic Nights, and like nobody said anything. It was great. This next clip is called Digimon.
I've never watched anything from Digimon outside of when I wanted to see what Belphamon looks like, and I inadvertently ended up on a muscle growth fetish channel.
True. It's true. I mentioned it at a Digimon. I haven't gone to many Digimon gaming nights, but one of the ones I did go to, I mentioned that offhand, and like everyone there just went like, "Oh yeah," and like that, they were like, "No, that makes sense." And then one of them was, I think it was, I forgot if this is the Digimon. They were like, "Yeah, don't look up Renamon," and I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, you can." So I never have. I like that we've got that tracks. We've got all right, next clip is called Box Truck Dad Man.
Boldens and magnifies the inherently opposite nature that he has to his predecessor, Box Truck Dadman. Clean flame tampograph aside, MDLX Rodimus Prime rocks the kind of advanced paintwork one expects from a 3-0 piece, mixing matte and...
I like how many of you in the viewership here We're all like, oh yes, Renamon. I don't know my Digimon stuff. I'm glad that the kind Digimon card players evidently gave me good advice of what to be careful of. And yeah, there's no problem with muscle growth, whatever. It was kind of funny to me that like that is the YouTube algorithmically fronted, like if not first result, one of the first results I got when I was trying to find clips of Belphamon that were not deck techs for the TCG. Next clip is called Lots of Nod. Magnificent ball joint. It's got lots of nod and just a little bit of magnificent ball joint. It's got lots of nod and just a little bit of it's got lots of nod and just a little bit of it's got lots of nod and just a little bit of next clip is called So Much TF News.
Transformers the show crazy there's so much TF news still true today. Yeah, people are kind of like, dang, how do you always have stuff to talk about in Transformers? We've always had stuff to talk about. Transformers the show crazy there's so much TF news still true today. Yeah, people are kind of like, dang, how do you...
Oh, I think actually I understand why that might have been clipped. I won't say why. This next clip is called Dragon Kaiser Do. There's a tilde and everything.
Minorly ball jointed, but just enough for him to go, what you looking at, son? I'm a Dragon Kaiser doll. Minorly ball jointed, but just enough for him to go, what you looking at, son? I'm a Dragon Kaiser doll.
Lee Calba, I was trying to look up a Sonic 2 playthrough and the second and fourth results were Mpreg stuff. Yeah, you know, we're just trying to sift and organize information. Next clip, try to look like a dad. Oh, I know what this is. I'm still happy about this photo. Yeah, it's right there in front and center.
And then we took a photo together and he was like, you should try to look like a dad. So I'm gonna be a little unhumble here. I think I did probably the most dad photo of my entire life, and I'm kind of proud of myself. You want to see dad? Here it comes. Because I was going specifically for dad who doesn't want to be at this convention, but loves his family, and is trying to understand his child, but really doesn't get it. That's the look I was going for here. I'm really happy with this picture. This is one of my favorite pictures of the entire weekend.
It's such a good picture. That motivation 100% true, and in my humble opinion, I hit it. So happy with that one. Next clip is called Vangelus's Headcanon Over Mass Murderers.
By the way, I am 100% into this headcanon of mine that Giaxis and Tarn both think they're the leader of the Legacy Decepticons. Two massively dangerous himbos, each absolutely and smugly certain that he alone has outsmarted the other. Two catastrophic bottoms that each think they are themselves the secret top.
Yeah, not untrue. Next clip is called Hey Mari, Does This Check Out?
By the way, I am 100% into this headcanon of mine that Giaxis and Tarn both think they're the leader of the Legacy Decepticons. Two massively
These are two different people!
Each absolutely and smugly certain that he alone has outsmarted the other. Two catastrophic bottoms that each think they are themselves the secret top.
Anyway, the next clip is called A Special Kind of Nothing.
Mitron's arm cannon has got some batteries inside, LR927 batteries. As long as they've got juice, you can push the button to click a little red LED on and off. It's cute. It's a dot. I don't hate it, but I also feel a special kind of nothing when I see it in action.
True. Next clip, Tenkai Knight Titan. I think this is just how I got the name wrong of one of these, because I don't know anything about Tenkai Knights.
On reviewing Anything? I'm gonna just go face first into the second wave of Tenkai Titans by taking a look at Leidendor and Valorn, the blue and green protagonists that complete the basic foursome. This second wave of Titans appears to have caught up with the procrastination.
Yeah, I don't know. Next clip is called, in all caps, Getter Tomahawk. I'm pretty sure I know what this is.
Getter Tomahawk!
That was a fun shot to figure out.
Basically, in order to make it look like it's a spinning Getter Tomahawk,
why is this like a
you get
minute
this,
long?
which you put on the existing stand, make sure it's angled up so it doesn't just fall off, and it sits very loosely so that you can literally spin it. And this actually kind of works until you do that. It's very loose. Some might ask, why are there two blades on there? This is not meant to be, I don't think, both tomahawks put together. It's just that this way you can more so approximate the look of a spinning tomahawk axe. I don't know, I think it's a really neat idea, especially for a display-oriented line like Reveltech to include more or less like a full-on toyetic action feature like this. I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't think Devastator does, though. It's going to be hard to yank out of his face.
Is it because at the very end it did the effect again? It must be. Next clip is called What a Transition.
It basically, I think this is not going to be hard to tighten. Finally, on the topic of balance,
Yeah, that's because it fell over when I said the topic of balance. Next clip is just a period. It's just a dot as the title.
Then when he actually says, I am Galvatron, and I'm like, and he's hitting the tones, and I'm like, no, that can't possibly be.
Oh,
and he starts delivering this large number of lines, raising the Decepticon army, and it's totally him, and I was like, yes! And I need to pause. Then when he...
Yeah, I'm still think it's really cool that they just went, okay, fine, Frank Welker, you can get some movie money. And it was better. Next clip is called Vangelus OOC.
Gonna need you to spread your legs like that for a procedure. Thank you. Just gonna need you to spread your legs like that for a procedure. Thank you.
Next clip, removing the safety plugs.
And let's begin our villainy by removing the safety plug.
That's right. Child safety is stupid. Hang on, I clicked the wrong button in the wrong window. Here we go. Next clip is Shell Former.
So, one part of transforming this toy is opening the boat. And I do want to show you this because I know there's a lot of you out there who... Oh, by the way, this will also fall off constantly. I know there's a lot of you out there who probably have, childhood memories of that episode where we met Elita 1 in Generation 1, and you probably thought of her as a bit of a mother figure. So to ruin those memories forever, here is Elita 1. Okay, I'll do the rest off screen. So, one part of transforming this toy is...
Next clip, Yowie Robot.
And...
Ranger Orion has two peg holes, says Emperor Nova 01, while Alpha Trion has two suspicious pokey things. What did they mean by this? I don't know.
Clip to my
I haven't
stream
seen the movie
excerpt.
yet. The 3 mil is just too tight, no matter what. It's made of like, it's a palm. It's rigid. It's a little bit give, but it's rigid. Like this one, it goes in as much as you like it to, right? Easy. But up here, it doesn't quite fit. Gotta stretch it out. I'm not stress marking. Ranger Orion has two peg holes,
next
says
clip,
Emperor Nova 01,
snooping.
while Alpha Trion has two suspicious... Snooping as usual. Indeed, it's 2007 era YouTube poop. We're back. We got your Enos. You got your uniness. But what is the uniness? Like funniness? No. Like unhappiness.
I wish I could show you on a stream the wonderful thing I got to participate in. Next clip is called Mint Reference.
Noted VTuber Mint Truck Tomei here. Famous doctor and van.
It's a famous doctor in van. I don't know. What's the big deal? Some of these clips are okay. Oh, you showed that to the mint. Okay, I see. That explains something. All right, the next clip is called "Not Enough People Respect the Boot of the Tyrant." Chris, internet personality Vangelus Ho. December, or just 2024. I assume this is when I said the phrase.
Not enough people do that. Not enough people respect the boot of the tyrant.
It made more sense when the footage existed of me building the foot. Listen, you know, Anyway, I refreshed this page because I had clicked forward by accident, and now there are 2 more clips that were made in the last 30 minutes. So now we have a clip called Murder.
A lot of things are going to be foreign to you pretty soon, Megatron. Breathing, life, dreams. I want to open you and eat you like a banana.
Prepare to feel the sting of my malevolent murder arm!
I'm gonna peel your f***ing skin off and build a toilet out of your bones.
On second thought, Prime, perhaps we can sort this out with a battle of wits or some kind of human-computer game.
Hi-ho, it's off to work I go.
Oh no!
Don't fight the knife. A lot of things are going to be...
Don't fight the knife. And then the last clip I have is a clip that says, "Ha!"
Don't know why. Anyway, he's just kind of permanently going, ha. Don't know why. Anyway, he's just kind of permanently going, ha.
It's pretty good.
Don't know.
I love it when Transformers, like animals, have like a goofy face frozen on their alt mode because there's no jaw, or at least the jaw is either limited or it just has one position that's really good. All right, well that runs me out of the clips I've got, and that runs me just perfectly into like my last buffer of time I had. So I'm gonna bump us back over here. By the way, please feel free to continue making... I don't have a full face one on this laptop. Please feel free to continue making clips. I love them. And it would be fun to do clip check-ins now and then. I suspect it would probably just be an annual thing, because, like, people just don't use the YouTube clip function enough for there to be, like, a monthly or, like, seasonal thing. But unless you all want to change that paradigm... But no, please feel free to keep clipping. If you're on the West Coast, get ready to jump in. If you want to be cool like me and my mom, what we always do is when it strikes midnight, pretty much, you know, we usually just go by the ball drop. We try to be in midair, so we like jump off a chair or something. It's something my mom put in my head for both birthdays and the New Year, is to be in midair, so that you enter the new year or the new personal year by leaping in. There's something to it that I think is kind of fun, so I'll pass that over to the rest of you. Anyway, I'm going to take off. I might stream once more while I'm out here. I don't know. Either way, there will be updates somewhere, but stay safe out there. Take it easy, and I'll catch you all later. I'll probably be posting on Blue Sky a bunch after midnight crosses over. But don't land on... No, my toe's fine. It's just all the cuts on the top of my foot I should not land on. I don't even know how I'm going to get the music going. I might not get the music going. I might just lead us out of here. So, take it easy. Stay safe. I'll catch you all in 2025, because that's in about 14 minutes as far as its final deployment. And, yeah, take it easy out there. Mwah.
Let them come.